So here we are with the third of the tier 5 bosses, and this is going to be tricky. This is not my usual raid group. This is just a friend from my friends list of like 170 people that I literally keep gaining some, keep deleting some. This will be interesting to see if we can actually beat this. I've not tried with 4 of any of the tier 5 bosses, so we will see if we can get Virizion done with 4 people. I mean, got some decent Pokemon to throw against this thing. I mean, it does have Stone Edge, so this will be kind of close, I feel. It literally will probably go down to the last 30 seconds, I almost feel, of if we're going to actually beat this or if we're not. I mean, got stuff that is super effective against us, so that's definitely a good thing. You got the whole Lugia with the Psychic and Flying, which of course both having the super effectiveness. You have the Fire with the Heatron of the Flame Charge and all that, but of course its Stone Edge is super effective against our Flying Lugia. So let's just see how this actually plays out. I mean, it's been a while since I've done a Virizion raid. Whenever it came out this last time a few months ago, that was the last time I've seen Virizion. That's the last time I've battled Virizion. I think I only did 1 or 2. So 39,000 CP wouldn't seem like a lot, and I mean, it does have that double weakness with the Flying, the Psychics, and then of course the Fire. So it does have the advantages to battle these things. I mean, you can definitely get the XP grind with these 3 tier 5 raid bosses, and I mean, we're almost in the yellow. We need to get into the yellow, of course, before that 160-65 mark, I would definitely say, as in wearing down. So we may actually be doing a lot more damage to this thing than what I thought. And as you can see, the game's kind of lagging out here. It's definitely desyncing bad. As you can see, it was doing its quick move, which is usually, well, the speed that is going now. It was doing it probably 3 times the speed. I love the desync in this game, especially with the raids. But I mean, with the remote passes, it's kind of to expect, because we're doing this with people 500 to 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000 plus miles away, even around the world. So the fact that we can even be in a raid together now compared to 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you could be in a raid with these people in person and it would be just as bad, the lag, with 8 or 9 people facing a Lugia. Even the first year when that, of course, was the first legendary release, I remember the lag being so horrible, even in an all in-person raid, of course, way years before remote passes came about. So we're doing decent damage. I mean, of course, my Mewtwo's, I really just do not like using Mewtwo's at all on this game. The attack, of course, of all Psychics are so strong, but the defenses are so horrible, and it just kind of takes away the joy of even raising or even like leveling them up, even using the Stardust and all. It's kind of just a waste to me, because I mean, you never really use your Mewtwo's that much, and all the Psychic Pokemon, like I said, are just so weak. Even I have a 93 Johnny Espeon. I love it to death. I powered that thing up. It gets completely wrecked all the time, even when battling fighting Pokemon. And here's, as you can see, here's the lag of the internet service just literally freezing me. 10 seconds, just a loading screen. Can't click on any buttons. Finally it loads in, and that's all my Pokemon fainted. So let's hurry up and join back. I have plenty of Lugias, considering I just did 40 of them. So yeah, go ahead and throw in another Lugia with the same moves, with the Aeroblast especially. Get that supercharged Flying and Psychic attacks going against them. Of course though, 2 Stone Edges, and goodbye Mr. Lugia. Thanks for coming. Like I said, I only got 1 strong Lugia over 2100. I got a 2099 that was decent. I believe it was like somehow 14, 14, 14, I believe, or all 13s. So, I mean, the CP spread, I hate that the CP spread can be so distant. As you can see, we actually somewhat easily beat this with a 4-man crew, and I was the only 40 in this battle, I believe. The others were 38, 35, and 32, so decent levels. Go ahead, collect all this stuff. You'll win 2 raids, even though I've done 3 raids tonight. And Hey, my very first shiny Virizion, literally my first Virizion of this whole little come out, I guess you can say. I don't know why I just did the Golden Raz. I always do Golden Razes on these Pokemon, so why not just go ahead and start chunking balls at it? Because I mean, of course, it's an automatic 100% catch rate, and the fact that I did it on video actually kind of cool. I mean, the first Virizion that I've done during this thing is a shiny, my first shiny Virizion. So hey, there we go. And let's see, the IVs are complete trash, but hey, it's a shiny and I will definitely take it, especially not getting a shiny legendary in a while. So that's it for the three. As you'll be able to see, I may put this first in the video, especially since it is a shiny. So the other two are on its way. So here we are, battling a little Cobalion raid right quick, as you can see. And of course, somebody just tried to join from the raid group that just literally missed it after I literally got all 5 invites sent. But this thing right here, I noticed, can be a little tricky. It had, I believe, close combat last night, and that thing literally wrecked my Pokemon to death. We had, I believe, 6 in the raid then last night. Close combat, literally, I believe it took me 10 revives to revive my stuff. And I mean, I had some decent Pokemon in. I mean, I had some decent Heatrons in. It did put a lot more like Quilava type Pokemon, Typhlosion, shall I say. So this one having Stone Edge, at least that's giving a little easier chance, because Stone Edge is definitely not as strong as close combat when it comes to using your steel fiery Heatrons against it, and then just getting one shot basically with close combat kind of really is a little bit of a surprise in a way. So going ahead and just, as you can see, we are just melting this thing. We had, I believe, at least two Mega Charizards, maybe. I definitely know one. So that, with all having these Heatrons and everything and being right here, I did have to use one of my EX or my remote raid passes, even though it's literally like not even a quarter mile away from me and I could literally drive down there, but it's in a very tough area to get into, and I don't really feel like going and parking there at 9 o'clock at night and then sitting there and having the cops drive by and say, hey, why are you out here by yourself, and all this kind of mess, because unfortunately that definitely does happen with this game. You do get into spots, and I'll just go ahead and say I've definitely had some issues of like having to leave gyms and everything. I mean, there are some very weird gyms around here, and I know a lot of places like cemeteries and stuff like that, people have gotten asked to leave, of course. Churches are always a tricky spot, so please be aware of where you are playing, just as the game tells you whenever you open it up and all. Just kind of sit there and watch out where you're playing the game, kind of respect everyone around you. So as you can see, this thing right here is just totally getting melted down. Easy. What, 3 minutes plus left on the clock basically. So I mean, definitely not too bad for 6 people rating. So let's just go ahead. I believe it was a 1671. I don't know the hundos of this one either. And get that 10,000 XP. Got the 4 damage. Gym control, awesome. Best friend, awesome. Speed, awesome as well. 20 balls. And definitely not a shiny. I don't know about the CPs, like I said, on any of these 3, especially Terrakion, which I've literally only done 2 ever. One last night and one earlier, in which may be a part of this video. I may do a video of collection of just battling each of the 3 tier 5 bosses. I've not fought a Virizion yet. I think I've literally done 2 Terrakions, and now this is my second Cobalion. So not really seen too many Virizions out there. I have not seen anyone in my area. I got invited for one while I was doing the Terrakion, which kind of, I guess, sucks in a way, but I mean, I caught another Terrakion, which I definitely needed more than just the one. And this Pokemon right here, like I've noticed with Terrakion and Cobalion, the circles kind of, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but they're very easy to hit. I mean, you get excellence and greats on 90% of your throws. Now, Lugia, I mean, of course, it's large circle and everything. The attack kind of screwed you up because it would float down out of the sky after you would usually throw the ball, and you would lose the like that lock circle, I guess you can say, the target lock that some people use, is where you sit there, what I'm doing right here, lock it into the red small excellent circle, let it go, wait for the attack, and throw it. It was a lot more trickier to do that with Lugia. And of course, after 40 some raids of Lugia and not getting a shiny, yeah, I've had definitely enough of the Lugia. And a lot of people, or a couple people, have offered a shiny Lugia to me. The issue with that, I'm very stubborn and I wanted to catch it myself. I mean, I guess that's the competitive side of me and of any gamer, I guess you can say. And there we go, what, 5 balls in. I first balled the Terrakion a minute ago. Let's just go ahead and check the IVs here. And not good at all. So I'm guessing this is definitely one of those like 1720s, 1730s is a hundo for Cobalion. But that's it for this one. And I hope the next part of this video will be getting Mr. Virizion.